What do you think the oil money should be used for?
I guess to build up Guyana, to make it a better place and comfortable for people to live in.
Do you think all the presidential candidates should be brought on stage for a debate?
Um, Not really, because they're already having these debating going on in the parliament, so I don't think they have to be brought to stage for that.
Okay. When it comes to racism in our country, what do you think we should do to end it?
I think you guys should have campaign and educate people to live as one and don't have anything about race, because Guyana is a country of mixed races.
Okay. If you were to be the future president elect, what is one of the things you would do to make a difference in our country?
Well, I will look at the education system, build good school and the health care with good hospitals, and then look forward with any other thing. But education and health care is the priority.
Education. When it comes to road safety, do you think what can be done to make the road safe?
Well, we could educate people about road safety, which is I saw the police officers doing, and also both the citizens of Guyana and all the road users should use the road with care.
What can you as a citizen do to end corruption in our country?
Well, you could report it to the necessary authorities available.
Do you feel politicians should be punished when caught for corruption?
Yes, if the law says so, yes, they should be.
How do you feel knowing that Guyana has one of the highest rates of bribery in the Caribbean?
Well, I feel very bad about that because everything should have been legally and no bribery.
Okay. In recent news, how do you feel when you hear the police are involved in crimes against the citizens?
Well, I feel very bad about it because the police should have been people to protect the citizens of Guyana.
Do you think what do you think can be done to reduce the suicide rate throughout Guyana?
Well, they should be educated. Well, as I said, education and campaigns should curb that.
If you were to recommend somewhere in Guyana for a foreigner to come and visit, where would you recommend and why?
Berbice, because Berbice in Guyana, and of course, Berbice people has the best hospitality.
That's nice. What do you say is your most favorite thing about Guyana?
It's a land of many water and the scenery, especially the Praduckshonz.
Last question. What is your favorite thing about Guyana?
My favorite thing about Guyana, it's a free country.
Thank you. How do you think the oil money should benefit the people of the country?
Well, for instance, like old people supposed to get more benefit, like a little backup up on their old age thing. People with like differently able people like myself, like differently able, and a lot of poor people should benefit.
With elections coming up, what do you see the winning party do to benefit the population as a whole?
Well, you got to take care of everybody, like infrastructure, road, light, street light, and them things, drainage, garbage, all them things. You got to take care of that. Yeah.
Do you think all the presidential candidates should be brought together on stage for a public debate?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. What changes would you like to see occur in the next government?
Well, a lot of change. We can't really, too numerous to mention. A lot of change.
Okay. When it comes to racism, how do you think we can end it?
Well, they talk about this social cohesion, but like, this thing they really implement. This thing just a talk.
Okay.
Really implement.
If you were to be the future president of Guyana, what is one of the things you would do to make a difference in our country?
Well, of course, you got to treat everybody nice,
Okay.
equal. Yeah.
Okay. When it comes to road safety, what do you think what do you think can be done to make the road safer?
Well, you need to, a lot of corruption going on right now concerning this road. With safety things. So these are the things that you really got to take care. And the force, the police, the traffic force and things, you got to take care of them.
How do you feel the politicians should be punished when caught for corruption?
Well, there is one because most of them like they're immune to punishment. So I just glad to see something in place. So when they're wrong here, they have to pay back for what they do wrong. They have to answer for that in the courts.
What are some of the important topics that you think should be addressed in the upcoming elections?
Important topics, well, like we said before. But this kind of thing like road, lights, garbage, and you want two vagrants on the road. You gotta take care of them.
How do you feel knowing that Guyana has one of the highest rates of bribery in the Caribbean?
I mean, I'm too surprised about that because a lot of corruption, so I'm not surprised with that.
In recent news, how do you feel when you hear the police are involved in crimes against the citizens?
Well, me, I'm 54 years now, and since me little, them in stupidness. Now we more rampant.
What do you think can be done to reduce suicide rate through Guyana?
A lot of you need to educate people, edify them about this thing. Yeah, because jobs are the next thing too. When you get a job, your last lose faith, you're gonna do that kind of stupidness. Yeah.
Okay. If you were to recommend somewhere in Guyana for a foreigner to come and visit, where would you recommend and why?
I get you back.
If you were to recommend somewhere in Guyana for a foreigner to come and visit, which place in Guyana you recommend and why?
Right up Skeldon here.
Skeldon?
Yeah.
Okay.
And because Skeldon is a lovely place. You got a lot of view and things here.
What do you say is the most favorite thing about Guyana?
Most favorite thing about Guyana? Guyana people, nice people, loving people, yeah.
And last question, what is your least favorite thing about Guyana?
Oh, well, the drug problem, that's my favorite thing. The drugs and the alcohol thing and the abusing and prostitution thing, well, that's my favorite of all. Like that.
Thank you for your participation. How do you think the oil money should be used to benefit the people?
Thinking that a lot of old people there on the road and nobody then should to make a house and put the old people and raise them pension and give them somebody to see that people sleeping on the road and thing, and I think they could make a house and accommodate the old people there.
With elections coming up, what do you want to see the winning party do to benefit the population as a whole?
For develop the country.
Develop the country. Do you think all the presidential candidates should be brought together on stage for a public debate?
Yeah.
Okay. What changes would you like to see occur in the next generation?
For the young people then develop themselves and the country go good.
When it comes to racism, how do you think we can end it?
We gotta come out for racism. We can't watch. We gotta come together for build Guyana.
If you were to be the future president, what is one of the things you would do to make a difference?
I try to help the poor people them who get nothing to help them and give them something. With the iron money.
When it comes to road safety, what do you think can be done to make the road safer?
Put a lot of police on the road to see if it will go properly.
Okay. What are some of the important topics that you think should be addressed in the upcoming elections?
I'm going to tell you.
What are some of the topics you want the government to discuss?
We are putting right with for the people them.
What do you as a citizen do to help end corruption in Guyana?
For the crime stop. Yeah, because the police are corrupted. So you could put man for watch them too. That's for see the country going the right way.
What do you do to end corruption? Like. Okay. How do you feel politicians should be punished when caught for corruption?
We're going to tell you.
You get one opinion for that? What you think they should do to politicians if they were to be caught doing wrong things and
Put them in jail.
jail them? Okay.
Because I don't think he's supposed to get reservations.
How do you feel knowing that Guyana has one of the highest rates of bribery in the Caribbean?
Well, I feel bad about it because it could happen to anybody. Yeah, I think and you get children and say look out for good things to them. You know why nothing bad happen to them.
In recent news, how do you feel when you hear the police are involved in crimes against the citizens?
I feel bad about it because them never protect people, and if they don't protect people, how you gonna get protection?
What do you think can be done to reduce the suicide rate throughout Guyana?
Well, all we gotta do take them out and put fresh people inside where could handle themselves.
If you were to recommend somewhere in Guyana for a foreigner to come and visit, where would you recommend and why?
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
What do you say is your most favorite thing about Guyana?
Well, just hoping that better can come later on. We hoping for the best.
What is your favorite thing about Guyana?
It's a beautiful country and a peaceful country. That everybody want to come to Guyana. To see how it is, some people never come to Guyana.
What is your least favorite thing?
Everything we have in Guyana. Guyana is free.
Favorite thing.
A lot of people coming from all over and step in Guyana. They can't go over there and do a lot of things over there. Over here, this country is a very good country.
You want to
Really
ask some
good.
questions?
Yeah, this woman talking for me.
Well, let her talk and please stop interrupting us. We're trying to do something here. Please be respectful.
What is your least favorite thing about Guyana?
Favorite thing?
Least favorite thing. What you don't like about Guyana?
I don't like the crime rate.
The primary.
Yeah.
Thank you for participating. How do you think the oil money should be used to benefit the people of Guyana?
I think they should take the oil money and open industries and create jobs for the young people.
With elections coming up, what do you want to see the winning party do to benefit the people of Guyana?
I think the winning party should create jobs for the young people in this country. So it will be beneficial that other people will get business will go on and further the youths in education.
Do you think all the presidential candidates should be brought together on stage for a public debate?
Yes, that's a wise idea. That's good.
What changes would you like to see occur in the next government?
Well, as I said previously, it's good if the next government create jobs because there's a lot of youths outside who are here and there and they are out of job.
When it comes to racism, what do you think we can do to end it?
Cooperate.
Wait. Cooperate in what way?
I think when they cooperate, like all the racism, I'm not talking about racism really directly, but we have 6 races in Guyana. Like if all the 6 races, they come together and they give their views, enhance one another in thinking that, we should build this country by coming together.
If you were to be the future president of Guyana, what is one of the things you would do to make a difference?
The difference I think that should if I should be the next president for Guyana, I think that most likely the youths. We need to think about the youths and further the education of the young ones.
When it comes to road safety, what do you think can be done to make the road safer?
Drive carefully, obey the pedestrian crossing, helping one another.
What are some of the important topics that you think should be addressed in the upcoming elections?
I have nothing to say about it.
What can you as a citizen do to help end corruption in Guyana?
Stand with unity.
How do you feel politicians should be punished if they were to be caught in corruption?
They should be dealt severely through the laws of Guyana.
How do you feel knowing that Guyana has one of the highest crime rates of bribery in the Caribbean?
For bribery, I feel bad about it because I think the citizen them should look into it because of the police force, and they should have to look to the people welfare.
In recent news, how do you feel when you hear police are involved in crimes against the citizens?
That's really bad and upset the people in the country. That's feel really bad.
What do you think can be done to help reduce suicide rate through Guyana?
To help, to keep down suicide rate. Well, they need to have house to house talk to the young ones about suicide, which is not good. It's not nice to take your own life, but they can keep meeting or go to public places or institute or whatever and teach them what it's all about suicide.
If you were to recommend somewhere in Guyana for a foreigner to visit, where would you recommend and why?
From the States, USA.
Anywhere in the world, somebody coming to visit.
From USA, I think, because that's the big states. And
where would you recommend for them to come and visit in Guyana? Which place in Guyana?
Georgetown, because most of the crime down there, right?
I know. We're after the thing. It's just which part in Guyana you think nice for the visit?
I like Region 6 because I am from Region 6.
Okay. What you say is your most favorite thing about Guyana?
The most favorite thing about Guyana? I like my country, Guyana. I like the waterfalls because Guyana is a land of many waters.
And what is your least favorite thing about Guyana? We don't like.
What I don't like about Guyana is that the present situation that we are facing as citizens in this country is that there's a lot of people out of job, and that's what makes our business not improving.
Thank you for participating. How do you think the oil money should be used to benefit the people of Guyana?
It should be used for helping the school children getting a better voucher. A higher voucher. Right now it's 2,000, so it should be probably 20 for a student. I would say free education for UG from nursery to tertiary, and help build smaller business.
With elections coming up, what do you want to see the winning party do to benefit the population as a whole?
Look into all the region, make sure all the region business is booming, not just the city, which is Georgetown, but also the local region too.
Do you think all the presidential candidates should be brought together on stage for a public debate?
No.
Why?
That would be a very long debate.
The length of it?
Yeah.
What changes would you like to see occur in the next government?
Business. Business should be picking up. Mainly business.
When it comes to racism, how do you think we should end it?
That's a very hard one. I think the education part. You should teach children from small about racism and respecting each other as a whole.
If you were to be the future president of Guyana, what would you do to make a difference?
I would probably encourage the smaller business them to develop more and look into everyone's situation, make sure everyone have a bright life.
When it comes to road safety, what do you think can be done to make the road safer?
Having less vehicle.
What are some of the important topics that you think should be addressed in the upcoming election?
Education, the ban on VAT, especially in electricity and water. Better voucher for the school children them. Yeah.
What can you, as a citizen, do to end corruption in Guyana?
Well, the only thing we can do is help others and teach others to act out more responsible and more intelligent. Nothing.
How do you feel politicians should be punished when caught for corruption?
Probably jail, put to court and jail.
In recent news, how do you feel when you hear the police are involved in crimes against the citizen?
I feel very bad about that. I mean, the police are supposed to set an example when it comes to law and crime. So, I feel bad about that.
Okay. If you were to recommend somewhere in Guyana for a foreigner to visit, where would you recommend and why?
I would say the Skeldon area more because the Skeldon area get a lot of attractions when it comes to like local and like, stuff, culture. So I would say Skeldon more. We come from Skeldon. So.
Nice. What is your most favorite thing about Guyana?
The food. The food.
And what is your least favorite thing about Guyana?
I would say business when it comes to like prices for stuff. Because some area go sell more than some. I would say that.
Thank you for participating. How do you think the oil money should be used to benefit the people?
Well, they use them and do good things for the country.
With elections coming up, what do you want to see the winning party do to benefit the population as a whole? What do you think the oil money should be used to benefit the people?
Well, bring back the estate. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think all the presidential candidates should be brought together on stage for a public debate?
Wait, I don't understand.
Like bring all the people who were run for Guyana, for president, prime minister, and whatever, on stage for debate, and everybody can see what they're saying and what they're doing. Like.
Well, right now, me know about PPP, what he did for Abby. Well, me live in Blackbush, right? And only PPP, right? Give Abby new road, new school, right? And new market, he gave a light and he gave a water, right? And for this election, this past year, I didn't have nothing, only a little bit sand from the road, nothing else in Blackbush.
What changes would you like to see the next government?
PPP, glad for PPP run back, and I better get on good market, let the estate run back, and then market go good, then the carman go get from the road too, because estate depends, everybody depends on estate. When market go good, the road go good.
When it comes to racism, what do you think we can do to end it?
Pardon me, no.
Racism, Indian against black against
Well, that one thing me want to say, right? everybody, right? We are God's children. We come from one generation, Adam and Eve, right? Inige black, inige white. We are one children in God's sight.
If you were to be the future president of Guyana, what is one of the things you would do to make a difference?
Like,
If let us say you become president in the future,
well, we don't want to be president.
let's say you do have a chance to make a difference, what would you do to change things to be better?
Well, we can answer the one.
Alright. When it comes to road safety, what do you think can be done to make the road safer?
Well, prevent all the animals from the road that only bring accident, and them drive according to the law.
What are some of the important topics you think that should be addressed in the upcoming elections? Like what thing you think they should talk about to make a better impact in our country? What do you think they should talk about?
Stop fight and vote for what them want to vote. If they want to vote for different party, right, then there should be problem, no fighting against, because we are one children in God's side, right? Then should fight about that. Everybody choice and everybody big enough to do what them feel like to do. Wrong from right and no.
How do you feel politicians should be punished when caught for corruption? The government, when them catch for doing wrong things, how do you think they should be punished?
Well, me not gonna say punishment for anybody, because everybody know big, wrong from right, and what them do. Anybody do wrong thing, then have to give account to God. So me not gonna say nothing for punish nobody.
What can you do as a citizen to help and end corruption in Guyana?
Well, speak to them with love and bring peace.
In recent news, how do you feel when you hear police are involved in crimes against the citizen?
Oh, well, how to answer that? Well, I'm afraid about that. Yeah.
How do you feel knowing that Guyana has one of the highest rates of bribery in the Caribbean?
Right.
Everybody they take bribe.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Yes, I feel bad about that, all the take bribe, because everybody a love for money and less with God.
What do you think can be done to reduce suicide in Guyana?
Well, if them get God with them, they will not do things like that.
What can be done to reduce it or to end it?
Well, they need to surrender their heart and worship God and live their life with God, not them, think about this world, think about your family. Think about when if you do wrong thing, we said you're going to go, you're not going to be there for your family.
If you were to recommend somewhere in Guyana for a foreigner to visit, where would you recommend and why?
Like
people coming in from overseas, Guyana nice, which say you think nice for them visit.
Oh, Blackbush.
And why?
Blackbush, place beautiful there for the rice wheel, then go and hunt, then go and fishing. Overseas people like that.
What do you say is your most favorite thing about Guyana?
Well, me like Guyana is a free country. You walk when you want and you walk when you don't want. If you don't feel well, you keep a walk. You walk when you want to walk.
And last
and you
question.
Get time for your family too.
And last question. What is your least favorite thing about Guyana? What you don't like?
Your least
favorite thing.
Women I like?
Yeah.
Drugs. I like women, yes, the drugs.
Thank you for participating. How do you think the oil money should be used to benefit the people of Guyana?
Well, to be honest, I just want the money like for, 'cause right now, poor people need betterment, you understand? So, all I gotta do is like help out poor people, because betterment all we want.
With elections coming up, what do you want to see the winning party do to benefit the population as a whole?
Well, to be honest, I'm really not a politician, but at least everyone want better. So who win? It's just that, it's just betterment we want.
Do you think all the presidential candidates should be brought on stage for a public debate?
Yeah.
Like, if all of them who taking part for run for government in the country, you think everybody should come and do a debate on stage where everyone could see?
Yeah, we'll think everyone should come together and just to make a better, you understand? Just betterment, as you said before, just betterment we want.
What changes would you like to see occur in the next government?
Well, whoever win, we just want all estate for open. And all everybody must get everybody must get a job then. So we go get less crime, less violence. Just every youth must get a job.
When it comes to racism, what do you think we can do to end it?
Well, I just want everybody must live as one. You understand? Everybody must live as one. I mean, not really in racist, you understand? Love the black, love being the same way.
If you were to be the future president of Guyana, what is one thing you would do to make a difference?
Well, make the people, just make the people happy. You understand? Just make the people happy so everyone can get work and live as one.
When it comes to road safety, what do you think can be done to make the road safer?
Like explain like what you mean.
Like road safety, plenty accidents are happening. What you can do to prevent all of that?
Well, the drivers them gotta stop the speed and you get someone that's drink and drive. Well, it gotta get like, but get people like police must down the road to keep watching them. You understand?
Okay. What are some of the important topics you would like to see be addressed in the upcoming election?
Well, one, fix the road like them holes. Two, open the alley estate. Three. Just two for now, really got on for mine.
Okay. What can you as a citizen do to end corruption in Guyana? What would you do to end corruption in Guyana? If you had a choice to do something to end it, what would you do?
Well, let's see. In my opinion, if everybody get to work, everybody got to be busy, understand? So it could be no corruption, everybody busy working. So just like get work for them.
How do you feel politicians should be punished if they were caught for corruption?
Repeat the question.
How do you feel politicians should be punished when caught for corruption? When the politician, the government, caught for doing wrong things, what should be their punishment?
Well, lock them up because at least, well, as I said before, me is not really a politician, you understand?
Okay. Alright. How do you feel knowing that Guyana has one of the highest rates of bribery in the Caribbean? Everybody taking bribe. So, how do you feel about that?
Well, I feel bad about that, yeah, because if everyone is taking bribe, you can, the country's all about a bribe and I get justice.
In recent news, how do you feel when you hear the police are involved in crimes against the citizen?
Well, I feel bad because if them involved in crimes, therefore, them is showing respect. So that's why other people also going doing the same thing and they showing no respect.
What do you think can be done to reduce the suicide rate through Guyana?
Be done. Skip the question.
Okay. If you were to recommend somewhere in Guyana for a foreigner to come and visit, where would you recommend and why?
Where would I recommend? Repeat the question.
Guyana is a nice country, right? So if somebody from overseas will come visit, which side you go glad for them visit? Where you go tell them to visit and why?
Well, like I'm up in Corvetong with the classic.
Classic.
Yeah.
What is your most favorite thing about Guyana?
Most favorite. I'm a born Guyanese, so I love Guyana.
What is your least favorite thing about Guyana? What you don't like?
What am I doing?
What you don't like in Guyana?
I don't like. Just I don't like the crime and the police who take them police who taking bribe and racialist.
Thank you for your participation. How do you think the oil money should be used to benefit the people of Guyana?
The oil money generally, if it's spent on education, infrastructure, and tourism, it will help the Guyanese people a lot.
With elections coming up, what do you want to see the winning party do to benefit the population as a whole?
Open back the sugar estate in Skeldon and create more job opportunities for the teenagers, because most teenagers are drug addicts now because of not doing anything.
Do you think all the presidential candidates should be brought together on stage for a public debate?
Yes.
Why?
Well, that would tell you who is the most intelligent one to rule the country.
What changes would you like to see occur in the next government?
There's a lot of changes, like increase in the pensioners' money, decrease in taxation, and what should I say more? Like more like school vouchers, and make as I said, sugar trust is the main one Curveton here that dropped the business in our area.
When it comes to racism, what do you think we should do to end it?
Love one another. Let us be one people, one nation, one destiny.
Good answer. If you were to be the future president, what is one of the things you would do to make a difference?
Bring our people together. Let us be Guyanese and not racist.
When it comes to road safety, what do you think can be done to make the road safer?
There are too much young drivers on this road. They are not experienced. Most of them buy their driver's books, and that is what causing the road safety to be in a hazardous situation.
What can you do as a citizen to help end corruption in Guyana?
Speak out to the people, them. Do group meetings, talk to them.
How do you feel politicians should be punished when caught for corruption?
Jailed.
How do you feel knowing that Guyana has one of the highest bribery rates in the Caribbean?
It's true, but that is why the police should be taking more steps on the law on those people giving bribes and who receiving too. Both should be punished.
In recent news, how do you feel when you hear police are involved in crimes against the citizen?
Very sad.
What do you think can be done to help reduce the suicide rate through Guyana?
Well, counseling, talking to the people, let the religious groups send out messages in the churches, masjid and mandirs, so it can help.
If you were to recommend somewhere in Guyana for a foreigner to come and visit, where would you recommend and why?
Well, Guyana is a beautiful country. Any part is beautiful to visit. So they don't have a choice. Any part they can come and have recreation and visit and enjoy themselves and go back.
What do you say is your most favorite thing about Guyana?
Go back.
What is your most favorite thing about Guyana?
I don't really understand the question.
Like what you like about the country?
Oh, well, I like the living, the freedom, the atmosphere. We are free people here. That is all. And as long as it's free, you can live freely in any country.
And last question, what is your least favorite thing about Guyana?
Crime situation. Crime situation.
Thank you for participating.
Welcome.
How do you think the oil money should be used to benefit the people of Guyana?
We can't really say.
What you want to see them, what you want to see that they do with it then? It's not right and wrong. Everybody must get an opinion.
Right, everybody must get a benefit out of it.
With elections coming up, what do you want to see the winning party do to benefit the population?
Well, yeah, that, no?
Alright, if you don't answer the question, you just skip it, right? What changes would you like to see occur in the next government?
Yeah, many changes I have to do. Cost of living and so on, the cost of living and so high. The people, job, you get occupation for students. They don't write CX, you get a job for them, things like that.
When it comes to racism, what do you think can be done to end it?
What is the question?
Racism, Indian against black, black against Indian.
Me, I got a problem with that.
Yeah. No, like what you think they could do to end that in the country?
Me can't really say because people very nowadays racist against racist. A different question. So me can't really say about that.
If you were to be the future president of Guyana, what is one thing that you will do to make a difference?
You can't answer that question.
If they choose you one day to become president, you must do something to make one change.
I mean, I don't know about that question because we want to be a president.
When it comes to road safety, what do you think can be done to make the road safer?
More policemen on job. They have to do the job properly. And all the drunk, you can't drink and drive. They have to stop all that, the speeding and everything. Okay?
What are some important topics that you think should be addressed in the upcoming elections? What do you think the government should talk about in the next election?
Here again, I'll answer question.
What can you as a citizen do to help end corruption in Guyana?
Help end corruption? What we can do, girl?
What you can do, like contribute to that, to help end it.
We gotta bring peace.
How do you feel knowing that Guyana has one of the highest rates of bribery in the Caribbean?
Bribery? Well, you feel bad because everything is bribes. I'm going to tell you it's bribe. Which other country now do?
In recent news...
That's why you get all the crime and everything what happen now. Because the bribery you are passed, right? That's all?
In recent news, how do you feel when you hear police are involved in crimes against its own citizens?
Well, that's very bad because the police are to protect people, right? And them are going them are colleagues, so therefore crime can't stop.
What do you think can be done to help reduce the suicide rate through Guyana?
Well, yeah, about control suicide. People only, the Indian people like them are stupid when just think I'm a little stressed and they're going to drink poison and they're going to commit suicide. What will stop them?
What do you think can help reduce it?
We don't really know that because them not take precaution.
If you somebody who was suicidal, what would you do to change a person's mind?
You tell them not to think about suicide, let them live their life.
If you were to recommend somewhere in Guyana for a foreigner to visit, where would you recommend and why?
Esse que eu vou levar. É cair too fast, esse que eu vou levar.
Why?
They say Guyana is a paradise, that part that when they come, they have to go see there.
What do you say is your most favorite thing about Guyana?
Well, Guyana is a paradise. Everything is here, right? Only job creation, and like cost of living high, only things like that. But Guyana is a nice country.
And last question. What is your least favorite thing about Guyana? What you don't like?
Well, at least I don't like what going on, the crime and the thieving and so what happen here.
Thank you for your cooperation. How do you think the oil money should be used to benefit the people of Guyana?
The oil money will be used to the people them to get a benefit to do a lot of things in them home, in them business, in them life, each and everything that what you think about you can do with money, you can do.
With elections coming up, what do you want to see the winning party do to benefit the population as a whole?
I want to see PPP to be the winner because since he was ruling the country, we are there better, more than PNC.
Do you think all the presidential candidates should be brought together on stage for a public debate?
No. I don't believe for he must be for the candidate must be back there again.
Not all the presidential candidates, everybody.
Yeah, there could be the candidate, yes, but who be the winner, then could be the country, let the country go good, more than what been before.
I get a question.
Like what?
All of them are run for election. Do you think they should go on stage for a public, everybody to see like what they must say?
Yeah, you could do that, yes. To give them the best, yes. Yeah, they could put them one by one and ask them the best question. To be who can rule the best in the country, the more better things.
What changes would you like to see the next government?
Well, we like the changes that who is president must be inside of there. They must be good and they must get this country good, and whatever they promise the people them to do, they must do this thing, open back the estate, and people must get job, and people must get money to buy things to send them children to school, and the country must be good.
When it comes to racism, what do you think we can do to end it?
Racism? Like what?
Indian against black, black against...
Well, we don't have anything against no one.
So what do you think we can do to
You could stop it. You could do something to stop them, to bring peace in the countries that there must be racialness.
What do you think could start this peace now?
Well, if them come together and you can talk to them, let them be one, because we are one people and one nation and one destiny. You know that. So people cannot be racial because everyone is people. Then could be the same.
If you were to be the future president of Guyana, what would be one of the things you would do to make a difference?
You got to do good things. You got to do good things to treat people good, so then they're going to be to vote for you steady. So that you have a future that people could vote for you steady. Because if you do good things, people will always go to you.
When it comes to road safety, what do you think can be done to make the road safer?
I'll speed them when they have to be driving. They have to be stopped. They have to be slow with the speed driving and not go with non-speed, and let them be when they see people on the road. They must got to be slow down. And don't drink and drive and smoke. Like dope and so some of them are smoke. And they must drive and harass the passenger in the vehicle them too.
What are some of the important topics that you would like the upcoming elections to discuss?
Let me tell you, the topic that what people like to say the good things in the country, what I'm supposed to be, and done it. That's the good things.
What can you as a citizen do to help end corruption in the country?
Well, if you gotta be help people in the country, you have to be good things and do the right things to help people.
How do you feel politicians should be punished when caught for corruption?
Well, when you see the politician there, that one there's something else, this one there's something else, well, some of them not really say the right things to do. And some of them do the right and some don't do the right. So them supposed to be come together and let the politician they have to be do good things. Then everything will go good.
How do you feel knowing that Guyana has one of the highest bribery rates in the Caribbean?
People do, the officer them even do crimes. Because when them do crimes, themselves doing crimes. So when them show the rest of people to do crimes too. Yes, them do that too.
In recent news, how do you feel when you hear police are involved in crimes against its citizens?
But you feeling bad because when them doing crime, you think that them involved in it, the rest of them are involved too. That what bad you feeling, because if police could do that, the rest could do that too.
What do you think can be done to help reduce the suicide rate in Guyana?
The rates?
Suicide.
Well, the people them have to be to solve the problem that them have to face in them, right? They have to be solve them problem and then they couldn't come in suicide. Maybe if a little bit problem or enough problem, them have to go to them neighbor or go on to their friends and talk to them and mend the matter, whatever. And then they not gonna come in suicide. You gotta do the right thing. Because if they come in suicide, it's wasting time. Because they're gonna die, and then children will be punished, or if they don't have anyone, or their family might be punished.
If you were to recommend somewhere in Guyana for a foreigner to come and visit, where would you recommend? Why?
Well, if you recommend your family, them for come from overseas. Well, we don't have any families to come from overseas.
Anybody, if somebody meet you and say, okay, which place nice to go visit in Guyana, what side you go advise them?
Well, if me tell you that one, you couldn't advise them. Have to make them choice where they want to go. Because we can't tell them to go this place or that place or which side. Them have to make them choice to go. We don't know. We say they can make them choice to go.
What is your most favorite thing about Guyana?
Well, my most favorite thing in Guyana, to have a good life and have a good business. No, I don't drink and dance.
What is your most favorite thing? What do you like about our country?
We like for the country come good.
What do you like about it right now?
Well, we don't like the country right now because we're suffering. And you don't have nothing good in this country now, right now.
What is your least favorite thing about our country?
We last favorite.
Yeah, we're in a line.
Well, we don't like in this country that they come in this country, this government come in this country, and rule this country with suffering people and then punish. And people don't have any job, any work. Then people then take away everything from people. So that's the favorite things that people don't have to do them, the things that they want to do with it.
Guyanese thing, this a Guyanese thing. Ring ting ting, this a Guyanese thing.